All right, so I'm getting ready to install the dash cam with a rear facing camera into this Outback. And this will work from 2020 all the way up for that body style. The older models should be similar with very little difference, but this is some of what you'll need. You'll need an 8mm socket, a 10mm wrench or socket for disconnecting the battery. Some of these nylon pry tools, which you can get at Harbor Freight for like $8. Whatever dash cam you're going to use. If you're going to use a rear-facing camera, make sure you have this bundle of wire here to connect the two. And then to hardwire it, which is what most of you guys are probably watching this video for, you'll need one of these Hardwire kits, which can be found on Amazon. All of this stuff can be found. It's all linked in the description. And you'll need the appropriate end to be able to install it into your fuse box. You also probably need some zip ties, a flush cut pair of pliers, a wire stripper and crimper just in case, and maybe a razor blade for something else. I've already opened the hood, so just to undo the battery, because you are going to be working with electrical. You don't want to set off any airbags or anything like that, so it's best just to disconnect the battery, not have to worry about it. So that's done. Now when I undo a battery, I do like to put something like a rag underneath it, just to moving around in any way or reconnecting with any other grounding point. So in order to get in here, going to very carefully pull off this side panel. This is to give us a little bit more access. These are just basic clips that hold that in. And then we have this molding here that we're going to have to pull down. And in order to do that, you just pull it down. And you can see you have much better access into the inside of here. So what we're going to do is simply just slide in all this stuff, and then run these wires from here all the way up. Then along up here, up near the eyesight, we're going to pull this down to get access into there. It's not really that bad. So this side trim piece is just held on with clips, and all I did was just kind of pulled it out like that with just enough force to get it removed. And then down here, there should be another one. Can't really see it all that well, but just having it like this, you're going to have a much easier time getting the wire in. You can see the airbag right here, so definitely it's a good idea to disconnect your battery, and that's why. Just grab the wiring, slide it in through here, as well as this. I'm just going to work it just to get it through, just like that. Throw the little box in too, just for good measure. Now I've got a tie here, so I'm just going to undo this and we'll retie it back up when we're done. Take the wire and just run it up the side here as I showed earlier, and then I'm just going to let it hang right here, and then I'll start pulling this out. So I've got the wire going up the side here. I also wanted to point these out because I forgot that I had purchased these, but these are little cable retainers. And these come in really handy when you're trying to do more or less a clean install. And I can put a couple of these inside this trim piece, not that they're really needed because I'm going to actually run them up here, just a few, and that will help restrain that wire. So 2 8mm bolts. Just going to remove these. And then you'll have clips in the back. And these I'm just pulling out like this. And I'm just doing this enough just to gain access into this area. So with that accessed, now we can run this wire in a little bit easier. So here's the wire, and I have it wired up around and underneath the eyesight, and I have it here with all the slack pulled back out through here. I'll adjust that as I need, but we're going to probably install a camera right here, and then we might have to move it if the eyesight can see that. I don't think it can because it's got this black stuff right here, so I'm just gonna have the lens facing right underneath that. So there's the cable for the rear view camera. It's just routed the same way with both of these, and I'm probably gonna stick another 1 or 2 retainers here. And then I've got the rear view camera wire going out and along this. So I'm gonna have to pull down this cover. Same thing with the back one in order to keep it going under the headliner. The door molding is gonna have to come off there too. And then we'll fish it out through the back. All right, so I'm in the back. You guys saw how I had the weather stripping down. So I had it all fished out through here. I used a pick to grab in there and get the wire, pushed it up, ran it along up here. I just tucked it in as I went and brought it back down here. Need to hit here with some upholstery cleaner. Not worried about that yet, but I just slid the wire back in from this side all throughout here. Brought it back. And here we can see the wire which I routed through all the way up and in through this piece right here. So now I just have to fish this end through this weather cover right here. And we'll fish that in through the door, pull it out here. Then I'm gonna mount the camera. Battery's reconnected, hood's down. Got everything connected down there. There we go. So rear camera's working fine. Front camera's working, obviously. We'll have to drive it around to see if the eyesight doesn't register it as being in the way. I am going to have to put on some different tape on the front there, but not really worried about that yet. Just wanted to get everything routed and everything done. And so far, we're looking good. We'll get the back camera put up and mounted in place accordingly. So this is the back, and this is what I ended up doing. Instead of using any sort of self-tapping screw or other kind of hardware, I just used some clear silicone. If it's really that much of an issue, I could always use 2 hooks here, which don't seem to like to stick well to this trim piece all that much. But that's just for cable control. I've got the rest of the cable all wound up and then zip tied and stuck inside there. So all seems to work good now.
I can't see so.
Everything works fine. Let me pull forward so we can see the rear camera a little bit better. That's how it works. And it records it in 2 separate folders on the memory card. But it seems to work pretty good. I can't remember if I've done a review on this specific camera, but I can say that both the front and rear video quality is pretty good. So I'm definitely happy with it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It looks a little bit better. Stay tuned for more.